Hi everybody! If you've been with me since episode 3, then you'd no doubt remember the cloud harvester. I myself have been neglecting it as of late, and in fact I have only mined about half of a large chest worth of clouds. I've just kept myself occupied with other things. But I've decided it's time to get back with this. And I've also decided that I want to improve it a little. So that we can route all of these clouds into one chest. And I think that I shall place it here. And of course we're using Project Red's pipes because I'm pretty sure that they'll be compatible with Project Red's frames. At least I sure hope so. I'll feel silly if they aren't. Project Red transportation is not terribly complex. In fact, it's quite a lot simpler than logistics pipes. But it's powerful enough to do the job, I think. It's not going to run terribly fast, but then it really doesn't need to with the speed at which the cloud miner runs. I do need to make sure that only blacklisted chips are put in here. With the filter set to whitelist, it doesn't pull out anything. And by default, it's set to whitelist. Seems kind of silly, but then I guess it keeps you from screwing up. Well, that's not slow. That's not at all slow. Which is just fine. Okay, so I need to pull out all these chips and make sure they're all blacklisted and then put them all back in again. Then I need to do the same on the other side. I'll tell you one thing though. I'm glad that I can hold a whole stack of cards and configure them at once. It would be even more annoying if I had to configure them one at a time, every time, even when I wasn't screwing up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this. But I want to make sure that all of these pipes have a frame attached to them. Otherwise, I could end up leaving without them. There we are. Our pipes are all set up, and protected and incorporated into the structure, and I have probably increased the block count of this thing quite a bit. If anybody else was on the server, I would probably have to worry about lag. But right now, the only person I have to worry about lagging up is myself. It probably would be quicker if I were to get one of those fancy draconic evolution tools. I could whip out one of those, set it for vein mode, and clear out stacks of clouds in minutes. But that's not the crazy anyway. Sure, it would be more practical. But I didn't come here to be practical. I came here to build something cool. I came here to have some fun. And by golly, I came here to have a nice day. Sometimes that last one can be a little difficult. So here I am, in my overcomplicated machine, mining clouds, and it's probably going to take me a while. And I like it that way. But I don't think I can get away with making a whole episode of flying that thing around for 20 minutes. Or actually, hours at a time. So I need to come up with something else for you guys. Here's something interesting. This is from the swarming block from one of my apiaries, alvearies. That's what this swarmer block does. It causes hives with a single queen in them to appear randomly. And they're of ignoble stock, so there's always a chance that they won't reproduce every time they go around. But there are ways to fix that, and ignoble bees actually do last longer than a lot of people think. So they're certainly not worthless. But yes, I did find it interesting that it spawned as far away as that. I didn't know they had that kind of range. Our wand charging nodes are doing pretty nicely. This one is no longer fading, but it's still pale. So those Nexus bees are helping it recover, but it's going slow. And these nodes are already getting fairly huge. Still only about half the size of our great big node in here. But it's only been 2 or 3 days since I recorded last episode. So, yeah, that's actually pretty impressive. I'm impressed with myself anyway. One thing I'm not too pleased about is my gathering golem from my farm has disappeared. I'm pretty sure he's not caught under a chest this time. Actually, according to my mini-map, he's right under here. Or something is, anyway. There you are. Go home. Okay, well, that's one mystery solved. He's probably been stuck under here since I built this thing. You know, the area in front of this station looks pretty ragged. We could definitely use something to pretty it up. I don't think green grass and flowers is the way to go for a station like this, though. Just not in keeping with the Western theme. We should have something a little more Dust Bowl-y. Really, I suppose dirt with mycelium should do fine. Maybe some sand with a few cactus. I wonder if we have saguaro in this pack. We do have saguaro cactus. I should go to a desert and find some. Well, I did some looking around on the map, and I found a desert village about 1.5 kilometers that way. I could just fly over there and grab me some cactus samples and cactus fruit and be back in moments. But that's not the crazy anyway. And it wouldn't make much of an episode, would it? Sure, I could get this all done and do my decorating and have an episode cranked out for you in a little bit. But I think it would actually be more interesting if I extended the railway out there and built a station. And hey, this tunnel bore is already facing the right direction. I just need to make sure that it's loaded with a new drilling head and plenty of track. And I should get these chests emptied out too. Okay, so we now have plenty of blaze powder. So pretty soon we'll have 8 stacks of these rails. So we can make a whole bunch of high-speed tracks. Oh, we already have a bunch of them already, but when you get into the railroad thing, you always need more. There we are. Okay, so we have 9 stacks of tracks. Okay, just took a break to do the math. And I want this thing to go 1,016 blocks. And we have about 576 tracks in here. So I'll have to do another refilling later on. But either way, this thing's not going to go until we get a drilling head in there. And there we are, diamond bore head. Block of diamonds surrounded by steel. That's fairly easy in expert mode terms. But, oh wait, we already have one. Couldn't hurt to have a spare. But we can worry about that later. Pretty sure all I have to do is just plop that in there. And let it go to work. And off it goes. Automatically filling up the carts as it goes, too. And gonna need some pearls in here. Alright, and that is going to take a while. Longer than I planned for this episode to take, in fact. So, between tunneling and routing and setting things up, looks like we'll have enough to keep us occupied for at least a couple more episodes. So be sure and stay tuned. Till next time, have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.